It's BakuBrad96 here in the studio bringing you a full platinum deck profile. I've been hinting at this for some time now, and the only regret I had while making the deck was I didn't have any Pyrus nanogan, but I made up for that with 5 Geogons, so the deck is definitely stacked. Now, I don't want to take up too much time rambling on, but there are a few important things I would like to say before the review. As some of you know, it is the first of the month, which means there's only 3 days left before I announce the winner of my Elemental Dragonoid giveaway. Now would be a great time for anyone watching not subscribed to do so. Only 15% of you watching are, and that means that 85% of you watching cannot claim the raffle prize. You're not entering the giveaways and you can't. Because, to enter my monthly giveaways, you have to subscribe and be a Bakucrew member. And all you have to do that is comment the requested phrase on the current giveaway videos monthly. That's it. Clicking buttons and typing is something we're all doing on the web anyway, so why not show the Bakugan community love, support me, support the channel, and get your chance at free Bakugan while you're at it. It's a good deal in my opinion. And ding! That's the sound of that notification bell you just rang, so I hope you agree with me. Thank you. Now, who's ready for a deck review? I know I am. Starting off with the Metallic Trio, I am running, obviously, the Platinum Blitzfox. It is a double orange shield core, B power of 300, 3 damage, but if it lands on an orange shield, you do get to add a Baku core from the field to the active Bakugan, being Platinum Blitzfox in the scenario, obviously. 300 B power and 3 damage is low, but being able to stack 2 orange shield kind of makes up for it, and the cards in the deck help out with the damage. I will get into that later on in the video. Next up, I am using Platinum Colossus, orange shield and a green fist core, B power of 600 with 7 damage. Now, the 600 B power is obviously better than the 300, but I really like the damage on Colossus. He's kind of the damage center of the deck, and going forward, he's kind of the win condition. You want to stack up all the damage onto him and have him on the third roll, preferably, for the team attack. And then finally, it is Platinum Dragonoid, a Helix core and a green fist core, B power of 500 with 1 damage. If he has a Helix and Green Fist core, he gets plus 1000 B power. So, without the use of nanogan and any way to attach Baku core in my deck, that ability is probably going to be useless. We're not going to be able to get that buff to go off unless just extreme luck happens or circumstance. So, we're just looking at that 501. This Bakugan relies heavily on the deck for now and the Geogon. But, an update in the future, once I get some Pyrus nanogan, that will be much better. For the core lineup, the 1 Helix I am using, plus 500 B power with minus 1 damage. Kind of iffy with the minus 1, but I felt the Bakugan I used could benefit from the B power boost because they were a little lower, and they could take the damage. If you were going to make the deck profile yourself, I would recommend just the plus 300 B power, then plus 3 damage, because then you don't have to worry about the negative 1 if you don't want to. But I'm a little gutsy, I go for it anyway. The 2 green fist slots, just pretty basic, plus 150 B power and plus 2 damage. And then for the 3 orange shield cores, because I didn't want to help out any opposing Bakugan, I am just using, sorry I keep saying it's kind of odd, but plus 300 B power. Again, kind of iffy. You could get the plus 400 to Pyrus in any other faction, but myself personally, I don't like to help any opposing Bakugan unless I'm using them on my team. I just go with the vanilla plus 3s. Which I do lose power in that regard. Again, just chances you personally have to make when deck building. Before I get into the Geogon, I do want to go over the model figures just very quickly. I know I have reviewed them respectively on their unboxing videos, but I always like to show off and support Spin Master's Bakugan because they are amazing, and that's why I'm here. That's the whole point of my channel. I want to be a Baku master and I want to support everything and anything Bakugan, because they have been a huge part of my life since I was little, like little tiny, even smaller than this deck of cards right here. No joke. But here is Platinum Pyrus Blitz Fox, looking super clean there with all that crisp metal. Got a good nice shine under the light with the translucent plastic as well. Very nice. Next up is Pyrus Colossus. Kind of missed out on the translucent, really hoped it had it, but I'm not complaining because you do get the new red. I did say it in the unboxing. I do like the color flip there. It is really neat. And another turtle Bakugan. In my opinion, I think it's a turtle, so I'm going with turtle. I like the turtle design. I was a fan of Dragonoid in the original series, so he just happens to be one of my favorites because of that. And quite chunky. Again, all of the Platinum Bakugan seem to be very chunky, very firm. Really cool. They seem really strong. And then finally, of course, it is the icon of Bakugan, the Pyrus Platinum Dragonoid. Rocking that translucent lighter red from the elemental in this one. And then all of the metal there in the middle. Very crisp and clean. Nice. Probably my favorite of the three is the Dragonoid, no doubt. But moving along, so I do use Geogon to kind of make up for the lack of nanogan. The first being Arcleon, 1 energy for a B power of 900, 2 damage, and double strike. So not bad at all if you want to play it earlier on in the game over your Blitz Fox or your Colossus to make up for the lack of power. Kind of what the Geogon are in here for. After that is Saturnian, 2 energy for a B power of 1100, 4 damage. If he lands on an orange shield, which is why he's here, trust me, the only reason he's here, get plus 400 B power, which would put him, you know, with the 3 and the 4, the 7, that's 1800, and that's pretty high. That's probably the highest this deck's going to go compared to the trio, I mean, because there's obviously other Geogon, so that's also the reason why I put him in here. Again, we want to kind of help out the fact that the Bakugan are so low. With that, though, if he lands on a Magic Shield, he does get Double Strike. If you happen to pick up an opponent's Magic Shield, hey, bonus. But, you know, unfortunately, this deck doesn't run him. That's all I'm saying. You don't have any Magic Shield in your lineup. You kind of miss out there, but the plus 400 is nice. After that is Pyrus Talon, 2 energy for a B power of 1300 and 5 damage. Very vanilla, but really clean and crisp. I like it. 1300 is a solid number. And 5 damage, you know, if you don't get it blocked by a flip card, is a decent amount to get in. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Bird up. Then we have a frog, which is Amfrog, 4 energy for a B power of 1800, 6 damage, so we're getting stronger. And then it does have the Victor team attack. So at the third brawl, you know, if you have your 2 other Bakugan open, you can initiate a team attack with Amfrog, and 6 damage stacked with whatever cards you play on top is really nice. This deck can have some ridiculous combos given the Song of Fire I used with, you know, Geogon plus other cards. Can get kind of crazy. And then the final Geogon ran is Titan King, 6 energy for a B power of 2300, 4 damage. If he lands on a red fist, he gets plus 6 damage, which is awesome, but we miss out on it again. We don't use that in our core lineup. Kind of hoping the opponent runs one just to kind of, haha, you ran it, so it helped me kind of thing. But mainly that Victor team attack, I like that ability on Geogon. I think it makes them infinitely better, usually no matter how much the energy cost is. Specifically with Titan King in this deck, because of Song of Fire, we can kind of get him out earlier than, you know, initially planned, so that's great. Going over the figures now. I guess we'll do it in order. I feel like I've shown these Geogon out so much because they were quite a lot in a lot of the deck profiles for Geogon Rising, but here is Pyrus Arcleon. Probably will not use Geogon as much once I get the, more nanogan, but until then I do want to make the deck profiles as competitive as I can, and that does mean including stacks of Geogon. because they are quite powerful. It is just a shame you have to have all the plastic, but luckily I have bigger containers. Going out of order here is the Pyrus Titan King. Very nice there. Should probably slow down and just take the time to look at him. Here's the Serturian. He's really cool. His bottom legs fold out there. Very nice. Should have said that to begin with. That's my mistake. I never want to take up too much time. You know, everyone hates those YouTube ads. But do want to pay respects to the awesome game. All the translucent red on the Geogon's really nice. And the color swap on the Ventus Bakugan looks really nice on the, the Ventus Arclion in the Battle Strike pack. That looks really nice. I'm interested to see the new Aquas Geogon too, because it looks like they're all a bit different than their old versions. Here is Pyrus Talon. Just birding it up here, very nice. Really a tall model too. I liked how big the design was. It opened up a lot. Reminds me a lot like Falconfly from the original series. And then finally we do have the Amfrog. The leg of Ultimate Vilock. So here we have the frog. And that is it for all of our figures and the metal trio themselves. Now, onto the deck profile. It did take some time to get there, but have no fret. There now. Starting off with 2 energy sphere for our rapid fire combo. 1 energy for rapid fire, and you may reroll your Bakugan. So I won't go into rapid fire. By now everyone knows what it is, but this card is basically here for a reroll or for your Lava Blade, which I'll show off later on. But always good to reroll, and I mean, hey, with that Dragonoid, you could pick up 2 core and hit the buff for the Helix and Green Fist. You never know. 2 Ray of Pyrus, 1 energy for +3 damage, and then Stoke. So when you play it, you can pay an additional 2 energy and get the effect a second time. So 1 for 3 could be 3 for 6 if you wanted it to, which is really good, just makes it a little more versatile, and that's why I use it. Stacking the damage for the wins. Always use this card as well. It's been in every Pyrus deck I've had almost. Sifting Ashes, 1 energy to draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. One moment. Sorry about that. So, moving on. 2 Air 0, 2 energy to reveal the top card of your deck, and if it is not a flip card, you may play it for free. So this does help get out our Geogons a little soon or kind of unexpectedly, or helps play some of our higher cost cards. Then a 1 of Might of Syndius, just to throw off the opponent a bit. 2 energy for +1 damage, and then this turn the victor is decided by highest damage instead of B power. This theme kind of bleeds through the deck because our Bakugan do have a low B power. I wanted to give us an upside to actually win with them rather than the Geogon, so that's why this is in there. After that is Pyrus Strike, 2 energy for +3, but if it's on a Pyrus Bakugan it gets +6, so it always will be. 2 for 6 is better than the Ray of Pyrus, which is a 3 for 6. So another reason why that's in there, just to get out good damage at a low cost. Helping out with that low B power, I run 3 Searing Strike, 2 energy for +400 B power. Now, always on offense, 3 energy to reveal the top card of your deck. You give the Bakugan damage equal to the revealed card's energy cost, and then you get to draw 1. Then Stoke, so you actually get the effect an additional time if you pay 2 energy, which is really good, a way to get some cards into your hand off the top, and stacks damage as well if you hit something with a higher cost. Otherwise, it's kind of iffy card draw. Now, getting into the Baku Gear, I run 2 Burn Cutter, 3 energy for a Baku Gear with an armor rating of 1. It gives 100 B power to the Bakugan and 5 damage. Helping us out with the damage wins instead of B power gimmick, but giving a little bump to B power as well, which just helps later on in the games. Dual Strike, 3 energy for double strike, and you can reroll your Bakugan. Just a nice reroll card, but it does help. You know, double strike it could come up. I just like the reroll because I do miss quite a bit. It's embarrassing. And then Inferno Wings, 3 energy for plus 300 B power, to remove all Bakucrew enemy Bakugan hold and negate their effects. So because we don't have our own nanogan, we definitely want counters to the opponent's nanogan, and this is a way of doing so. You know, they could stack cores, you just remove them, case closed. Magma Shield, 3 energy for plus 3, which is really bad. If that Bakugan is holding an orange shield, which with the lineup of the Bakugan, you know, the core we use, that's possible. It gets double strike as well. That could get crazy, and that's why I run this, because this one actually goes off over other decks I had, and really good. Now this could be a mistake, but instead of running the 3, I opted to run only 2 Song of Fire, which for 3 energy you get 5 energy. I didn't have too many higher costed cards, so I didn't want to just jam all 3 into the deck, because I thought another Geogon per se would be better. Now here is the hero Mac. 4 energy, the turn you play this, the victor is decided by highest damage instead of B power. After that, initially, you know, your Bakugan have plus 2 damage. So it's really good, sticks around, just bumps up that damage a little bit for the stacks. And again, the turn you play it kind of throws your opponent off, and that's always nice. Especially on Blitz Fox with 300 B power. Then Magma Boost, 4 energy for 700 B power. Again, fighting off opposing Nanogan, Pyrus Overload, 4 energy for 500 B power, and then you remove all Baku cores attached to a Bakugan and place them onto the field. So I run 2 of these for obvious reasons. Cinder Coil, we're going to fight off opposing heroes, 5 energy to destroy all enemy heroes, which is really nice, really clean, just clears the board. If, you know, a lot of Dan Kuzos out there, just get rid of them. 2 Lava Blade, 5 energy for a Baku Gear, armor rating of 2, always nice to see that. Rapid Fire, and then 200 B power and 4 damage to the Bakugan. So this is kind of the other part of the Rapid Fire combo with the Energy Sphere. If you happen to get them both, you know, turn 1 per se, you reroll your Bakugan, you get to play this for free on top of it. With 4 damage and 200 B power turn 1, or even turn 2, that could be deadly, at least for that particular brawl. And yeah, just a kind of a neat combo there. If anything, it soaks up 2 damage off the top when it's flipped, and that's good. Rounding up the deck though before the flips, just for a higher costed card to round out the energy curve. 6 energy for Torch Horns, 2 of them, plus 1000 B power and double strike. You know, you can kind of cheat it out with the Pyrus Titan King with Song of Fire. Otherwise, late game, why not? Just a big, nice spell to play. Or not spell, woo! Just a really good Baku action to play. Flips are pretty generic, nothing special here. I have 2 Pyrus Stopper Slam, 1 energy to block a Pyrus or Fusion Bakugan. Block Outsiders, obviously, 3 energy to block non-Pyrus Bakugan because we're mono. And then rounding that out, 2 Burning Cloud, 4 energy to block a non-fusion Bakugan, and if you do, you make a Pyrus attack for 2 damage. So cheats in some damage, blocks an opposing Bakugan, nothing bad you can say about this flip card at all. I really like it, I use it a lot. Wrapping up, I want to thank the Bakucrew for the continued support. I certainly wouldn't be here without it, and for everyone watching. Now, comment down below which you would like to see unboxed first out of Chaos Platinum Colossus, Darkest Platinum Nelius, and finally, Aquos Platinum Shark Tar. After that, stick around for a bonus rolling reel. Until then, drome up, brawlers!